Hey guys, Tony C. Davis here. I want to welcome you to the show, and I am blessed to be able to have Mr. or Dr. Jerry Brown from Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Brown, I am humbled that you were able to make it on the show tonight, and I appreciate you. And for those that may not be familiar with you, Dr. Brown, just share a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you're doing in the Atlanta area.
Hey, Pastor T, but thank you so much, man. I'm kind of smiling right now when you say, tell my background. I'm actually a 20-year retired military, pastored in Korea, pastored in Iraq, pastored just on recruiting command. I'm in full-time ministry. I'm also on a gospel record label, Purpose Driven Records, and in the process of producing a full-featured Hollywood movie. But what I do right now for a prison ministry program that I'm involved in, Apprenticeship Foundation, and I'm working with a gentleman out of Cleveland, Ohio. But I do have him on standby. It's Mr. Marvin Bishop. So keep that name in mind, Pastor Tony, because like in the old days, they had the old wrestling matches. They had tag teams, right?
Okay.
I seen you on the video boxing, so I thought I'd make a tag team partner just in case, right?
Well, I appreciate it.
I got by phone, so he will be kind of dialoguing with us. We're doing a series to impact people on a global scale, right? With information that we believe will transform not only your life, but everything connected to your life. It's all based on God's biblical principles. We'll talk more about that. So what I'm doing right now, Pastor T, is we are empowering people. That's it, at every level, right? For those that are at the top, at the bottom, in the middle, we're empowering people, man, to reach. Yeah.
Well, that's great. You mentioned Marvin Bishop. I've heard his name a few times. I did not realize he was from Cleveland, Ohio. That's actually where I was born, Cleveland.
Well, so you should talk to him for a minute. I'm gonna hold my phone. Marvin said, now, Mr. Bishop is a life skill trainer. He works with the NBA, the NFL. He works with corporate executives like myself, right? He works with major high achievers. He's a protege of Dr. Stephen Covey, right? He also dealt with George Fraser, Jim Rome, and everybody else, Leader Boys. He's a powerful guy from the Cleveland area. But on top of all that, he's a man of God. See that? And I love that. So Marvin Bishop, if you can, and again, I always appreciate you taking time out to be a part of a show with me. And again, we have a book series coming out, Pastor Tony, a book series and a CD series, a DVD series actually, led by Marvin Bishop. So I thank you. Marvin Bishop, God bless you, man. Welcome to the call tonight, show.
Well, Dr. Brown, it's my pleasure to be here. And Dr. Tony, also, and God bless you for having the vision to not give up on us. Because, as you know, some of us have lost our way, but you know that's a myth, because God put that greatness where most folks will never look. He put it inside of us.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Dr. Bishop, and I appreciate Dr. Brown bringing you on. And I really like to hear more of what you're doing, the two of you are doing, especially in the area that I'm so close to in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, I tell you what, Pastor T, Mr. Bishop, won't you and Pastor Tony, just for the sake of relationship and fellowship, so I can smile a little bit, talk about that Cleveland ship, right? Hey, Mama, what's cool? Now, I guess you're a little older than Pastor Tony, I think. Yeah, but yeah, you guys talk about Cleveland. Let me hear about Cleveland. I want to know about Cleveland.
You know, obviously, Cleveland is a great place. Right now, it's the home of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Cleveland Browns, but also it's a historical place, Dr. Brown, where a lot of greatness that has helped shape this country has been bred from. And so we just continuing on to let folks know, no matter if you're in Cleveland, East Side, West Side, or from Mississippi, Alabama, or Georgia, that it's not, you know, we haven't run our greatest race yet. And so I'm just here to say that what I found out is just a couple of things. It don't really matter what happens to you. All that matters is what you're going to do about it. And it don't really matter where you start. What matters is where you finish.
Wow, I've heard that so many times. It really doesn't matter, you know, where you start. It's where you finish. And, you know, I was talking to somebody earlier today who has made some mistakes and had some trials and overcome some challenges, but the most important thing is not to give up, even though you have had those challenges.
Yeah, Pastor T, that's again, I love talking to Marvin, Mr. Bishop on that level about made some mistakes and had some challenges. And I'll say tonight on this show, and I love this to come from Mr. Marvin Bishop when he says, not what happens is what you're going to do about it. And he says all this based on a familiar Bible verse, and that's from Romans 8:28. And Mr. Bishop has really founded everything on this verse, from storms in life and everything else. And when it talks about, and we know, that means that we are confident, fully persuaded, it's guaranteed that all things work together for the good of those that love God, then that are called according to his purpose. So with that being said, you really don't have failures in life. You really don't have, I want to say, real mistakes, right? You have lessons. You have lessons. So the thing about it is this, and I won't get too far in this, but before God put you in the womb, I'm talking about out in eternity, man. He chose Pastor Tony, Pastor Anthony Davis. He chose you. And he said this. He said, now I'm going to make you, I know, he said in Jeremiah 1:5, he says, before I put you in the womb, I knew you, right? What that means is he had a plan for you, even before he put you in the womb. Now watch this. Then he said, I'm going to make you my workmanship. See that? And God began to work on Pastor Tony, Dr. Brown. Watch this, though. When he picked you, Pastor Tony, he said this, the persons listening on this show tonight, that's watching, any one of you watching, when God picked Pastor Tony, before he put him into the earth realm in eternity, he said, wait a minute, before I put you in the womb, Pastor Tony, I'm going to pick Marvin Bishop from Cleveland, Ohio. Then I'm going to pick Jerry Brown. See that? And then I'm going to put all y'all in the womb at different times, born to different families, different years, right? But before I do that, I'm in eternity. Everything is the same time for me. I'm God, right? Now I'm gonna put y'all. I'm gonna make y'all my workmanship. See that? So I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna design you. I'm gonna put some stuff in you, like Marvin says, in you, right? That's designed to create what I call a breakthrough, not a breakup. You're not designed to break. You're designed by me before I put you in the womb now. And now I'm gonna put all y'all in the womb. Here's what I'm gonna do now. Different times. See that? So before he put you in, he put me, Marvin, and everybody on this show in the same time, in eternity. Put all of us in the womb. We all born at different times, different places, different families. But he said this to us. He said, now that I got you in the womb, I know the thoughts I have towards you. They are thoughts of good and they're not of evil. And you have a guaranteed successful end. Guaranteed. Because it's already done before the foundation of the world. Jesus done that for you. But then he said this, now that I have you in the womb, now all y'all gonna come out, different place, different times, right? Come out hollering. He said, once you get out in the earth realm, then I'm gonna have Mr. Marvin Bishop teach on this, that all things is designed, good things, bad things, good and bad, indifferent, somehow they're all gonna work together for your good. See that? Mistakes, disappointments, failures, all of work together for your good. So that lets me know that if it's bad, if it's good, if it's mixed up, it's all going to turn out for my good. See that? So when God said that, then the last thing he said was this. Now, I want you to know I'm able to do exceeding and abundantly of all you can ask or think. Isn't that amazing? So can you imagine this, man? We are designed for success by God. So to make a long story short, you talk about mistakes and failures. If you on this show tonight, it's not an accident. You were put here in 2016 on March 17th by God before the world even began. Figure that part out.
That's something people don't even think about. You know, the opportunities that are given to us are already predestined for us, and the only one can mess that up is us.
Man, I'm gonna have Mr. Marvin Bishop coming on that part, man, because Pastor Tony, when you say that, right, think about this. Talk about opportunity. Now, listen closely, folks. Did you know that the earth began at a certain time? God's in the beginning. God created the heaven and the earth, right? There's a time when the earth was created. Now, think about this. Then from that time until God says there was time no more. See that? We're going to be back in eternity. So think about that. So imagine this. God chose you on this show and gave you